Okay, let's see what's going on in the depths of Emerald again, one of the most hated ranks I think Rides have ever put in. And in reality, guys, it's just old Platinum and X Diamonds, like always. So that's why it's bad, is because you got a lot of egos and people who think they're better than they are, and you know how it goes. So how, if you are a humble Emerald jungler, can we get you to Diamond? Let's have a look. We now have two farming junglers, an Evelynn versus a Shyvana, with the Mundo Jax top lane, Victor Nico mid lane. Why is Maokai Smolder in the game? Seriously, watching a lot of Emerald lately through some of the coaching sessions, and I had a Master Tier coaching session today, a Diamond level coaching session today, and the Smolder Maokai in these games. What are you banning? Ban them. Smolder will be gutted next patch though, so don't worry. So anyway, if you're farming jungler, obviously the ward here is Juicy Fresh from the Victor. Please, as always, right, look to see where the Victor comes out of. If he comes out of this direction, you know he 99% warded you. In this particular case, it's not obvious because he wards early, but you're not going to know if it's warded or not necessarily. I think if you suspect it is, go ahead and scan and do it. But I think most of us here would not assume that it is warded, which is fine, because you're Shyvana. You want to carry on about your day and finish this. Crossing time 231. Evelynn very, very slow here. 238, very slow in fact. Bottom lane here, everybody's low. So Evelynn, look, if you're a farming jungler, even as a farming jungler, you can always loop back and gank this. I think it's very important that you look at this stuff. Even though Ashe died, you know they want to crash this wave. I think if you can 3 this, and especially as a ganking jungler, definitely go down and try and get double kill here. It's huge because of Shyvana's pathing down. By the time you show up, they're dead and the Shyvana's already on a Wolves Gromp and Blue, which means she's not going to be able to rotate or do anything about this. Thus, you absolutely must head over to Virkayu.gg. I have a free jungle improvement resource as well as a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching, coaching VOD libraries, weekly free video content seen nowhere else, as well as Q&As and patch note rundowns, as well as a private jungle Discord. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's making junglers reach their goals, as we saw with the record number of people hitting them at the end of Season 13. If you want to climb faster than anyone you know, jungle diff every game you play, click the link below or head to Virkayu.gg. You win the game, because you can go back to base, buy your juicy items, go topside, you got all this shit available. She's 99% going to reset. Can I gank top lane before she resets and comes to gank it? You can take away all of her ganks. And I did in the private Discord a special thing about this recently as well, where a jungler on the blue side felt like the red team's jungle just got free ganks. Like say Shyvana gets a gank here, and then Shyvana gets a gank there, and also in the mid lane. But the blue side jungler had opportunity first, she just didn't do it. And I think that's a huge thing if you can get the concept in your mind, right? Maybe I can get over here and do something. Now obviously they're sagging off. They don't quite get the crash. I think it's 258, but we all know 245, you can gank this lane with a red side quadrant clear. You can, which is why I would advise you to start Raptors into Krugs into red, so it's a much easier transition, and you know you can get here. And I'm not necessarily saying Evelynns should 100% make this play, but good Evelynns often do actually cut away from a clear to get a good gank off. Do it. Think about it. Meantime, Evelynn is obviously doing her blue side. The Shyvana finishes a full clear at 318. That's pretty solid. Evelynn will finish it by 330 and get to the Scuttle Crab. That's fine. We'll take the Scuttle Crab. They'll take the Scuttle Crab. Same thing. There's no reason to have a scanner as an Evelynn. Do not have a scanner as an Evelynn on the first phase of the game. Ever. Just don't do it. Why would you need one? You're against a farming jungler. There's no invades that are going to happen, really. Go now and ward deep, and base. Right? If you can't gank this, hypothetically, you can actually gank this, but hypothetically, if it's not ganked, go ahead, deep ward, and then look, otherwise go back to base. Now you will see the Shyvana's second rotation, and you'll know if she's going to go ahead and do the grubs or do something else. And that gives you huge information, especially in this MMR range. So let's see if we can actually do something about ganking this Jax here. Definitely think we should full commit this one. Obviously, the Mundo here is pretty strong. Well done, Juicy Fresh. Obviously, cut this wave off, guys, no TP, and bounce. Shyvana will come and hold. Very good. I like that a lot. Very good play by the Evelynn. Shyvana, obviously not much she can do, so she holds and she'll go to the Krugs. Because it's a farming jungler matchup, you know that the enemy jungler is going to be down here, and you are going to be here. Which means if you want grubs, you can go this, into this, you'll be seen, or, in her case, this, into the contest. If you know that she goes for the grubs, because you got wards or you're just a high-thinking individual, you can also just counter jungle her bottom side camps on the respawns. This should be around 5 minutes. This should be around 5:32. And then you can go ahead. Well, depends on if she does Gromp Blue or Blue Gromp, but then you can maybe gank this and take Dragon. Let's see what transpires. But These are the things you really want to think about as a farming jungler, yeah? Especially in Emerald. Pressure. Gets obsessed, level 5, 5 minutes. Perfect. Goes for the grubs. We have seen you. Well, what happened here? Do we have a reset issue? Oh, she's trying to be smart with it. Unlucky. Did we not see the Shyvana do this? Or am I trolling my brain a little bit? Or is the replay glitching out a little bit? We see this loud and clear. You guys should be staring at the minimap and F keys. Like this, you should see this. If you want Diamond and Masters, you should see this. Now, because Jax has all of this advantage here, because Victor has, well, I guess he does have advantage here. You know, if you don't feel like fighting this, that's good. I tell you guys in Evelynn, just give up the grubs until 6, because you can't fight this. If Jax rotates over, you're not getting anything. Protect your camps against counter jungling, obviously. That's the most fundamental thing. You just don't want to be waiting around for camps like this. We know she's on those, obviously. If you want to fight it, go fight it. If you think you can, or you know you can, go fight it. You have permission by everybody involved. Just don't coin flip and die over it when the Jax rotates and the Nika rotates. My personal preference is a little bit more counter jungling into bottom lane gank. Oh, it's so beautiful. You see why? Because you know that the Shyvana, and this is where it kind of comes together. You ready for this pin to drop? This is the pin. It's about to drop, and it's going to drop hard. If you did what I said and just kept your warding totem and warded these suckers up and then ganked the top lane, dove the top lane, which would have been even easier from this angle, and then went back to base, you would see this dragon bitch go here, 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 and you would see her go towards the grubs. Which means, well, we saw it anyway, but which means you could either directly contest, control your camps, or say thank you, spank you, baby. Push this up or take this as well. That's worth losing grubs and maybe potentially your top side. 100%. I'm okay with snowballing my bottom lane and keeping Smolder dead and snowballing myself as Evelynn in exchange for 3 grubs. Especially with a Hextech Dragon as well. So I feel like the Evelynn lost a lot of potential power here. And obviously the Shyvana is Emerald, so she just runs away. 5 minutes 30 to 6 minutes is when 6 hits, level 6, Mundo 6. Mundo 6. He's about to hit 6, but he died twice. He's really compromised. He's actually not that close. You can full-on commit to this. This should be a free kill for us before his level 6. We like this gank overall. Good job. Fine. That's great. That's a really good gank. I like it. Nothing to say negative about that. I do say, though, you will lose grubs and you will lose dragons when you make this exchange. And I feel like if we just did the other play, we get bottom lane fed, we go here, and then we can definitely kill the Jax again. But snowballing a Mundo is always a good idea. And now, Shyvana takes that sucker. Could she invade my red? Potentially. I would expect maybe that she would. She doesn't. I'm happy. Which means she did the Scuttle Crab back to her blue side to finish that off. All right. Or she wants to do this. And use her level 6. Unfortunately, oh no, that dreaded hat, you see, I'm cursed. Because I spoke before explaining, now I look like an idiot. But I'm going to leave it in because it's funny. And you guys have seen more than enough of my videos that you know I like to discuss tendencies. This hand is now back to slap me in the face for that one. The Evelynn knows that it's possible that the Shyvana is going to show up because she should be 6 after doing 2 objectives, right? Plus the RNG Scuttle on the bottom side. That's why I said she could show up here. I'm worried about it. Now, 99% if it's a jungler and I'm playing Zyra, they're invading me because I just need to kill this plant. I have to do it. Poison Ivy is too much for them. And they show up and I die. Hopefully I don't die, but, you know, they try. Alternatively, she could finish off with this side. Alternatively, she could dive the bottom lane. But the Ashe is already back in base here, which means this gank is already out of the question. So I'm going to focus on doing my red. And I will assume at this particular stage... Actually, I don't really know. I think she might be here or here. I'm not sure. But I love what the Shyvana is doing. Because as a Shyvana main, well, not me, but you guys, you will notice this. You will look at this, you'll be like, ooh, I can maybe ult over the wall here. Maybe we can do something. I love where the eyes are. Not necessarily how this is going to be executed, but I love where the eyes are. And it's executed well. Good job, little people. Well done. Good job. I'm happy. Like, wonderful. Seriously. Really good. I like that. You surprised me with your pathing. You surprised me with your eyes up jungling. You surprised me with this level 6 power spike advantage. I love it. I love it. It's great. More of this, please. More of this ganking on the Jax. More of this path. Like, this is how you guys get to diamond with this kind of stuff, especially when you have a low impact early. With this Shyvana, clear, scuttle, back, base, clear, take objective, run away, clear, see top lane, take dragon, get level 6. No, Evelynn's not level 6. Let me use that spike because someone's low and let me tower dive it. Good shit. Yes. Yes. Now, Evelyn's level 6 and severely compromised, but the Shyvana's like, I'm in control. And now, instead of going back to the Grump, decides to go to the top side to clear this quadrant all the way up. Evelynn actually shows up and kills the... Sorry. Evelynn shows up and kills the Nico. Obviously, don't have lazy bases. That goes without saying. Yeah, there you go. Forces the flash, gets the ult. That's what you should be doing. Shyvana says, I'm going to keep farming here. Remember, we have the Shojin... Leandri's Crypt Bloom tech, which I do recommend you guys still go. Absolutely huge itemization on this champion. Evelynn goes to the top side. Windows a big lead. Shyvana says, right, I have level 6 again. She's actually rushing the Nash's Tooth, which is fine, but I do... 99% hybrid is better, but this is a great play regardless of what items you're doing. This is super, man. This is super. Because Outside In Rule says, I assume the Evelynn from my tracking is going top side. I have level 6 again. They're pushed up and already losing kinda. Let me snowball my smolder. I'll go ahead and gank first, and then I can sequence up here. This will spawn, I can cut it and contest it maybe, or I can just give it up and counter jungle and gank bottom lane again. Like, it doesn't really matter. The Shyvana keeps giving herself a huge amount of possible plays, and that's how you know you're playing well. Every time you make a move as a jungler, you're like, I have so many cool decisions I can make. Yes, that's how you know you're doing a good job. Evelynn, in the meantime, no ult now. But does have everything else up? Yeah, this should be a free kill. Nice, cut the wave. Take some plates. Very good. Shyvana will be full clearing. Super good. Force the TP out. Nice, go take the RNG. No. They're horrible. Horrible, stupid, dumb. No. No, I'm unhappy. But it had to happen. It's an Emerald game. It had to happen. So, huge. But you know that she's farming up. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Hello? You know she's farming up. You know she's pathing this direction. You've seen her bottom lane. You know she's going to do this again. She swapped, right? She was doing down, down cut, into this, right? Into this direction. Now she's going bottom up, goes down here, does this. Beautiful sequencing. Really well done from the Shyvana. Supremely good shit. Go and take the scuttle. Get the scuttle away. Just take it away. And honestly, if you don't want to take the scuttle away, just take the grub. Take one grub and get out. Ideally, you just take scuttle and you leave, but I mean, pros and cons, really. But this is just an absolute throw. The game was kind of equal. The Evelynn was still playing okay. She was decently well positioned. She didn't track the Shyvana. She didn't respect the Shyvana showing up. She didn't respect the TP. She hasn't snuck away something from the Shyvana. And all of a sudden, she's really compromised. She's really compromised here. Good kill. But the Shyvana doesn't care. The Shyvana is going to be taking all the objectives and still is 1-0-2. Gold amount, 4.2 to 4.7. Let's see how that is at 14 minutes. Let's see. Goes back here. Doesn't go counter jungling, and that's fine. I think the Shyvana's, it's quite respectful here to, it's quite respectful to not do this Scuttle Crab. I think you could easily do it. The only reason I would actually do it, to be 100% brutally honest with you, once I'm doing this, the only reason I 100% do this is because we see the Evelynn go here, and we know she hasn't based in a while. So I know I do have that. I haven't based in a while either, but I know she hasn't. She also has no ult. And I don't think she's thinking about the grubs. Also, you've placed a control ward, so I feel kind of safe. If the worst comes to worst, you walk to the wall, you ult over the wall, she can do nothing to you. So I do feel like once you've done this up, quickly, I would do the Scuttle Crab and greed for it. Then you can potentially go boof, boof, reset, come straight down to the bottom lane, ult, mega kills, and take the dragon. I think that would be a pretty damn good play for you to do. That hand is still floating in space and time. Evelynn says, hello. Counted by yourself. Shyvana now goes to the Krugs, into the Raptors. Saw the Evelynn. Now she has no idea where she's going to be. Evelynn decides to go up to the Wolf Camp. We don't know this as the Shyvana. I'm staring at the minimap as well, just to look for the clues. Victor rotates, and again, I like this. Out of base, straight to the bottom lane. Obviously, you should be F-king and watching that, but we're doing a little bit of the jungle gap at the moment. Huge from the Shyvana. Again, out of base with ult ready, goes and ganks first, then does rewards with camps. Rewards herself with an objective. Evelynn gets a Scuttle Crab as a distraction. This is huge from the Shyvana. I like it a lot. This is how you get from Emerald to Diamond as a farming jungler when you don't necessarily have the best ganking kit. As an Evelynn, this is exactly how you get yourself fed without actually getting the game fed. Because she's 5-0-2, but it's not really helping anyone other than the Mundo, and she's not necessarily helping herself directly. That Infernal Hand is now Look at the map. Weird. 203. They're both going to be 6,000 gold by 40 minutes, which is a... Oh, max range Q. Ult is available as well. Don't get hit. Nice. Juicy. Good ganks. I like this. This is very good. You've seen her kill the Nico a few times, haven't you? You have. How many assists does the Victor have? So, when you look at it, you're like, well, she helped the Victor a lot. She helped the Victor 0. The Victor has gotten her low. The Victor has died and entered the game. Sure. I'm with you. But your ganks didn't help him. He got nothing. He got no assists. He got no gold. He's not able to use the lead because you are getting everything. A gank also helps the laners get ahead. Remember that. So now Shyvana is deciding to shadow the Evelynn a little bit. Feels kind of strong with her Nash's tooth. Just goes straight in here because she knows that the Evelynn has no ultimate. Knows the limits of her champion. Does die for it. Not saying I agree with that death, but a message I think was sent here. 99% I don't die for that. I definitely kill her and get out, or I don't go for it. That's my typical stratagem in that particular environment. Smolder and Maokai in the game for some ungodly reason. Mundo's forced to TP after taking that top lane turret. Shows up here. He's not going to be able to do anything at all. This is not old Mundo. No, you cannot. Shyvana's on the top side. Jax is pissed off, so he's taking the Krugs. You don't care about it. You just go straight to your Raptors. Herald is up, so we go for this. I like the way she's just powered this map out. She's at 7.1k at 1445, and the Evelynn's at 6.8. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Both junglers are really, really fed. I like what both junglers have kind of done, but I think Evelynn's gotten fed because she's Evelynn and because of Nico, and the Shyvana's gotten fed because she's perfing better. Right? That's the end of the story. Run away here. I like this. Look, she's just running away. Oh, or she's like, no, maybe we fight. I would run away. But that's just me. I would run away. Because you did a good job. You took the Herald, just go back to base. Does she stay out here and get eviscerated? Oh, no! Well, she was about to make a mistake at some point. I think you just go turret and base, no? Turret and base and come back down? Probably a better play. In the meantime, Mako's like, yo! And then Shyvana's like, but I don't have ultimate. Why are you going in? Please stop doing this. This is ridiculous. And I think all of you are going, yes, Virkayu, this is Emerald. This is what happens. And I'm saying, I understand you. I get it. I know. So hold the wave. Take the Scuttle Crab outside and roll. Beautifully done. See the mid lane. Ult is available now. Evelynn goes bottom lane onto the Jax again. Right through the counter strike. Evelynn goes straight onto the Victor. Gets stunned in space and time. In the meantime, hits a nuke bomb. Is not quite enough. Shojin, Leandri's crippling. Shojin, Leandri's bloom. Dogecoin, bloom. Do that instead. HP, rotational spells, penetration, healing. What more do you want? Nothing. You don't. It's the best build. Do it. Now, we go back to base. We get a needlessly large rod. I think AP is definitely coin flip, and I prefer the other build because you get to do as much damage as possible while jumping into people, controlling fights better. It's a more well-rounded build, and it will enable you to get to diamond without necessarily coin flipping your death, because you're squishy. I love it again. Out of base. Look for the gank first. Guys pushing up. Make the moves. Use your ultimate. There we go. Mundo presses buttons. Runs away. Maka hits the ultimate. It's going to root the fish. We're going to ult onto that bitch. He's going to flash. Gets hit by an E. Full charm is coming through. That is a Q dead Nami. The charmer does nothing. Third dragon for us. What are we learning about this game? If you're an Emerald jungler who's 8-1-3 on Evelynn, Graves, bel'veth, Kindred, or whatever the hell else you're playing, and you have 0 dragons, 0 grubs, and the enemy jungler is up 20 CS with a decent KP, you have not done enough to suppress them. You have not done enough to snowball your lanes. You have not done enough, period. You might feel good with the 9-1-3 and the kills that you're getting. You might feel like you're having an impact on the game, but you're really not. The Shyvana's controlled the map better. End of story, and made some good plays. You saw, because I just did not expect her to make this ult of the wall. I was genuinely surprised that she was going for that I wasn't even thinking about it. Because, like, she's not going to do this. Turns out, she was. Now we do a bit of aggression. Yeah, you go a little bit of disrespect, maybe. And that's... Don't do that. Just take the Scuttle Crab, farm your camps up, control this, fall back, get some control woods deep in your jungle. To see this kind of stuff, always, always, always. Please. Please. In the meantime, I like what the Evelynn's done here to make some cleanup kills. But this is a classic case of jungler fed, map isn't. Top lane, 8.4. They have a small gold lead. But I can honestly tell you, if I'm playing the Shyvana's game here, and I don't die down here, and my team throw the lead that they had, I'm still not concerned. I got a really fit Maokai. Huge gold lead over the Nami. My Smolder is Smolder and has a lead over the Ashe. Sure, he's going to die a few times to the Evelynn, but I'm okay with that. My Nico, while not amazing, is still better than the Victor. Even though the Victor has more gold at the moment, I trust the Nico more. The only problem I have is the Jax. And of course, yourself. You're now down a lot of gold on the Evelynn. But in-game, do you feel like you're down on gold? I don't. As long as you build correctly, and honestly, you don't die the twice she died was a little silly. I don't feel really that stressed about the game. The Evelynn, on the other hand, now you're thinking, but like, what are you meant to do then as Evelynn? Like, you can't see the timeline, but here she's level 11. She gets a free cleanup kill on the Jax in the bottom lane. She gets a free kill on the Smolder here who's overcommitting in the middle of the lane. She gets a free kill over here on the Shyvana who's taunting her and giving her that juice. And then she, well, sorry, that wasn't Shyvana. She kills the Jax again, overcommitting again a second time. There you go. Free kills, right? Holds that wave, takes that wave, goes ahead and kills the Shyvana from the disrespect, right? From this play. There you go. Goes now, all of a sudden takes a topside quadra because there's nothing else to do. Waits for that ult to come up again, right? 56 seconds, but Jax is just inting at this point. She's getting cleanup kills on side waves, on random shit that doesn't really matter. It's an artificial 2-level lead. It's an artificial gold lead. Now, I played against early in the season as our jungle a 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold. A 1,000 LP Evelynn 1 trick. I tracked him. Was in control. It was an equal game. Both of us the same gold amount. Until my ADC made one ADC brain move. And died. And my brain shit on itself and I followed like, ADC! And I should have just let the ADC die. Try to help the ADC. I died. I'm Zyra. The whole rest of the game, the Evelynn is feasting on the enemy on my mid lane who's just splitting. It was like 3-10-3. The Evelynn just kept killing him. I said, that's fine. I controlled my camps. I pushed waves when she showed. I sagged off when she disappeared. And I repeated the process. And in the end, we won because we played win condition. The map was fed versus her only being fed. And that's kind of the point I'm trying to drive home to you. And as an Evelynn main, I'm glad you snowballed the top lane, but you can hopefully see that your lack of objective control, your lack of ability to help anybody else other than yourself and the Mundo has hurt your team overall. And the Shyvana's had the better pathing. I liked it. She came out of base and did shit before doing the backup stuff. You know, she didn't farm and then gank. Now, we're going to go into the Victor here. Obviously, again, I think the Shyvana's big problem is 100% her build. And the Evelynn might kill her a few times because of it. She will do a lot of damage eventually, but I do think if you have more HP, that's huge. Evelynn's now just looking and searching. We have the Mundo down on the bottom side with the Ashe and the Nami not in the picture because they've been killed. We're kind of going for this Baron, and the Evelynn's like, well, maybe I can contest. Maka hits the stun. The Shyvana doesn't decide to help because she obviously has a charm on her. Runs away with movement speed. Shyvana is now a little bit in charge because the Evelynn has no ultimate. Mundo misses a cleaver. He's ulting himself to run. Valuable bait. Ghost plus W. Yes, good dragon. Huge bait, right? Huge bait. Like, blue team are trying to snowball their small lead that they have from the Evelynn, and they're not able to do anything. Smolder's just wave clearing and stacking. What's he at? 176. God almighty, man. Hurry up. We're waiting for you. We're waiting for you, Smolder, to get your stacks. Hello, Victor. Obviously, now Nika goes. Now, blue team, when you see this in your emerald, dragon. Sorry, what's this? Worm, Baron. No one wants to do it. Fine, don't do it. If they do it, you rotate. Take this sucker. Push this wave out. Evelynn's farming a little bit too much now. She can't just run at people and get kills as much as possible. She misses her Q. She will hit the charm there. That should, in theory, be a dead Shyvana. But she is lucky enough to survive, actually. And the excellent jump by the Nico is why, but she should have died. That's why I like the Shojin Leandri's Crippler, because you heal when you get the kill there, and you have way more HP to survive those moments, and you do just as much damage, alright? End of story. In the meantime, there's a whole fight now going on here. We try to start the dragon up. Big mistake. Big mistake, but we do have ultimate. So what we need to do is alter reposition, go back onto the Victor to get away from the Mundo. TP is not committed from the Jax. Ashe is mid lane, so we have that numbers advantage. Keep going. Watch the Ashe here. She's not in the picture, obviously. And kite back. Beautifully done. Game-winning fight. Take the dragon. That's soul, by the way. Evelynn, you seeing the problem? Full clear up. Back to base. We'll get our death cap. And our alternator, probably going to go into that Shadow Flame next. I'd rather just go cripple him, even if you are going OP. AP. And now, Evelynn's in the position of the game where she has Edge of Night. Well, she has a Verdant Barrier. And she's not able just to walk at people and get a lead. And the Shyvana now is down only 500 gold. See, this is like, you're useless in the hand-to-hand, and I don't like that. I'd much rather see a potent, powerful dragon, you know, that's not squished and killed very easily, but obviously the damage is a lot, so. Maokai's just keeping this Evelynn away. He'll die for it. Maybe? God almighty, that champion. Oh, the Mundo and the Soul as well on the Maokai. And Ash is just pushing. She's doing what we should be doing. The Evelynn's just running around getting kills. It's not really amounting to anything. Hopefully you can see that. Now we're quite fast. Ghost is going to be up soon. We're watching the Victor down here. Jax has got some pressure. Evelynn's trying to get in, but you can't find the angle. Shyvana's waiting for her ultimate. Evelynn's out of the picture, so we turn back on her. Very good. We have no ultimate, no chasing. Not a fan of how long this is all taking to develop, but I like the patience, right? Do you like the patience? I like the patience. I think it's solid. And that's a Baron, ladies and gentlemen. Methodical, objective, map-controlled gameplay with a huge CS lead. Suboptimal build, but not impossible to play. That's it, man. And the hand is even... Play like this. Balanced jungling. That's what I was trying to tell you. This is the symbol of balanced jungling, alright? Gank when you can, farm afterwards, take objectives in between, track the enemy jungler, suppress them, deny them, prevent them, and as always, team fight like a beast. Shyvana goes backline into the Nami, stunning everybody, and dies! Okay, let's look at that again. So now, obviously, we have 6 mites, we're waiting for the Jax to push, the wave is thinning out a little bit. I don't think we need to force this at all. I know why you ult onto the Nami to kill her, I just think pull back now. It's very important that you actually pull back. I don't think it matters too much. I think you guys win anyway now. There's red team. Smolder Gaming! Smolder Gaming! Stupid champion. Did they just win from this because of the soul? Did they just win because Smolder and Ocean Dragon? Yes? Okay. Well, unfortunately, our Shyvana couldn't be here to win the game. Oh wait, she could. There you go. Did she die again? Shyvana wasn't integral to actually hitting the Nexus, but huge game by her. I love the map control. I think this is a great example of the kind of ideas you want in Emerald to get to Diamond. And the Evelynn had some good ideas. It's just you've got to understand that that has to amount to something for your team and the map. GG's. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.